This is the risk assessment. It's a risk because this arch is very, very low, and tall people can bang their heads on it. Also, there's a fire alarm, and if that goes off, it could probably definitely, because I've heard how loud fire alarms are, and they're very loud. The main problem with this arc is because there's a picture.
What is this? That's a tall person.
This is a really tall person with a massive head who is hit because he's hit his head off the wall. And the reason he's hit his head off the wall is because... No, it's because he's really interested in football. So he's looking at this picture of football, and it's really interesting. So he's not really looking where he's going, then he turns around and he whacks his head off the side, and if he's looking at it with like enough speed, he could possibly have some brain damage, and that is a problem that has not been solved.
You might have like a really tall person who was also extremely interested in football and acted like a child, so they ran through there, and then they went...
For example,
they died.
If the person's only slightly taller than Ellie and me, they would probably hit the head, because we just fit underneath it. It was very close.
Those are meant to be like eyes, by the way, but I don't think they look like eyes.
Anyway, that's our risk assessment.
Yeah. No, like who would be at risk would be
tall people who like football.
Tall people who like football, yes. And you could solve it by having a sign like around here or something, like here, maybe on the wall next to it, saying
mind head.
Yeah, mind your head, because then the people looking at it will think, oh, I have to mind my head, and then they'll be looking around and where should I have to mind my head.
Also, people with hypersensitive ears, they're at risk because that fire alarm is dangerous.
They could be going right underneath the arch and the fire alarm go off.
What's worse, a fire or deafness? Sometimes I think fire, to be honest, so you know.
Right, here. Right, so basically, this is one of the following things because it shows that people here have headphones. So it's like a little person, it's got little headphones, and they're listening to it. So that's one of the communications, obviously, because why are they looking sad, Tom? It's a museum, we're learning.
They're meant to be happy, okay? Okay.
That is a timeline, basically showing how different events happened in time, and it's like really cool. It's got different dates and it's got like really short sentences, and it's like it's got a fun fact thing at the bottom. I mean, hello.
And also, so it tells the people coming to the museum when the artifacts and where they're from and when they're from, and it also gives you a bit of information.
Right. This is like a cat flap thing, and it's more of like a kids learning way, but it's helpful because they want to lift it up because they want to find out,
and it makes it more interactive.
Yeah, and listening it and finding it up will probably be like yeah, it'd be cool. And there's like the cat meowing, I mean, like awesome. Right, this is like, I don't think you can really see.
A real life photo.
This here is a speaker, and that's because we didn't know it was there. Tom might have done, I didn't know. And basically, we were walking underneath it, and then suddenly we heard some voices coming up from above us. So basically, we just took a picture of whatever the voices were coming up. And Tom said it was a speaker, but I'm not completely sure.
It is a speaker, and it tells you information. And could play music, you know, to lighten the mood.
Just like a lamp.
Yeah, it does look like a lamp, but it isn't. There is a speaker under there.
It looks like a lamp.
And it makes it more interesting.
That's like an interactive thing where
it's
you basically...
like a chainmail.
It's like what knights wore.
Here's the man, he's got a hat. And he fights with a sword.
He's a dunce. He's got a dunce hat on for some reason.
And he has like chainmail.
Crossbow in his hand.
Yeah, and this is what he used. And then because you can touch it, and you can feel how heavy it is, it gives you, instead of it just being behind glass, it gives you more information about the stuff that they have.
And over here is my lovely assistant Thomas.
I'm not the assistant.
Showing us how to use it. His hand's there, and it's all blurry because he's a cartoon. He's got a cartoon hands.
Anyway, that's it.
Yay! Thank you for listening.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.